Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your general bi-weekly tarot and psychic readings. And so we're going to have the tarot reading in the first portion and then the psychic reading in the second part of the video. And I will be using the After Tarot deck. And for the psychic messages, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Very beautiful cards. So doing the tarot reading first, and then we're going to pick a card to start off our channeling, and then we'll see what messages we get for everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do bear in mind that these are general readings, so they may not make sense to everyone because they're not going to apply to everyone, or not in the same way with them being general. But you can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, and if you're interested in a private reading, all the links you need are in the description box below. And we're running specials, so special offer readings, so if you're interested in getting a reading, those are available as well on the specials page of my website, also in the description box below. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy your readings and that you have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care. Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading. So let's have a look at what is going on for you for the next couple of weeks or so. So I'm going to show you the cards and then talk to you about what they talk to me about. At the bottom of the deck we have the Five of Cups as the overall energy. Then we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Two of Wands. So for some of you, what I'm seeing here is going from being in a relationship with someone, being in a romantic relationship with someone, to being just friends, okay? Maybe you work with this person or you go to school with this person. I feel like you may have been soulmates for some of you. Maybe this is a water sign for you. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising that you're dealing with. This could also be your energy if you have a water sign, Moon, or Rising. But with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, this was definitely a soulmate for you. And with the Five of Cups here, it is telling me that things didn't work out for you. So you either were together and broke up, or just things didn't work out for you romantically. And so with the Strength card here, I am seeing someone, or the both of you deciding, you know what, let's just put aside how we feel about each other romantically, or what may have happened between us romantically. Let's just put that to the side and keep that under control, and just focus on having a friendship together, or working well together, being civil towards one another, being polite and supportive towards one another, but maybe taking the love out of it, okay, so to speak. For those of you, I do see you choosing to perhaps move away from a water sign and towards a fire sign. So water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo in particular with the Strength card here. I feel that you've invested a lot, for some of you, into this relationship, into this water sign, but they were very passive. That's what I feel. I feel like they were very passive. They didn't respond. They didn't reciprocate, and it got to the point where that was more work than an actual relationship, and you were actually taking care of them, not being in a partnership. And I feel like with the Lovers card, you're making some hard choices during this time frame, and you are just, you know, trying to be rational and practical as opposed to going with what your heart is telling you, because this person may be a soulmate for you, and so it's difficult for you to let go of this person. However, they may not be the right kind of soulmate. And with a soulmate, you know, a soulmate comes into our lives to help us learn a lesson. So they come in, they trigger some issues for us, and then maybe they just go away. Or they hang around until we get that lesson, until we understand the lesson. And then they just disappear, or that attraction we feel towards one another, that pull we feel towards one another just kind of dies down. In my experience, and this is just my view on this, when we meet a soulmate, not all of them are meant to be romantic, of course, romantic partners, but when we do meet someone who is supposed to teach us a lesson about love, any other kind of love, because we are human, the strongest emotion we can feel is unconditional love. And so when we feel that pull towards our soulmate, and we feel that magnetic pull towards a soulmate, just so that we know that we need to be in each other's lives, or just so that we are drawn to each other, literally, so that we can have that experience that we're supposed to have. But we may confuse ourselves and mistake that strong magnetic attraction for love, because that's the highest emotion that we can feel. And so it may have been one of those situations where it was really difficult for you to let go of this person because it felt like unconditional love. It felt like pure love there, but it was just for you to them and not vice versa. So if that was the situation, I feel that you're trying to be a little bit more practical about it, because your heart is, you feel like you may not be able to trust how you feel at this time. So you're trying to be practical about it and control your heart, control your emotions, and then just focus on being civil to one another, being supportive to one another, especially if you work together or you study together, or in your you're in each other's circle of friends, so to speak. And so for some of you, I feel like that's what's coming up. For others, I do see change. So going from something that is familiar to you, that you've been doing for a really long time, into something completely new. And it could be attached to a contract. I feel like for those of you who've been studying what it feels like your entire lives, I feel like that is coming to an end. You do have job opportunities coming your way. It's just going through that transition of letting go of what you're familiar with and starting this new phase in your life. But I do see contracts being there for you, so you don't have to struggle. It's just a matter of embracing it, okay? Growing up also comes up here. So you may have been dealing with someone who is behaving like a child, and I feel like you're either thinking that they need to grow up, or maybe you're trying to help them grow up and just, you know, own their actions and their thoughts, and whatever it is that they don't like in their own life. I feel like you're helping them grow up, see things for what they are, and then take action accordingly. So you're being a really good, supportive friend to this individual, who may be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. For some of you, I do feel like you're letting go of something you thought was a dream, or letting go of something you've always wanted to do and it felt like a childhood dream or something like that. And you're choosing a new direction because focusing on that has brought you disappointment and heartache, so it's just time to change course. And I feel like you may be changing careers at this point, changing jobs definitely, and starting something a little bit more practical, more down to earth, more realistic. Like if you wanted to be an artist, and things have not been working out for you, then maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe this is divine timing, and I feel like you're thinking that, and you're thinking, okay, well, for the time being, I'm gonna let this rest. I've done everything I could about it and it's not working, so I'm gonna let it rest and focus on other things. Start something a little bit more practical, or comfortable, something that pays the bills, type of thing, or something that you that is part of your background, that is what you studied in school or what you have a degree in, okay, that sort of thing. And I feel like you're getting a job in that direction. So you could be changing careers or changing jobs at this time. I feel like, you know, this is not forever. This is not lost, okay, with the Five of Cups here. All is not lost. It may not be the right time, and there's no point in lingering there. So you are making the right choice, and focusing on other things, rebuilding, you know, your finances, your self-esteem, your confidence, before you can go back and try again with this dream of yours, whatever this is. For those of you, I feel like you may be dealing with a love triangle situation, so just be careful there. Not everything is as it seems. Try to think in perspective when you're making your choices, and do the right thing, because otherwise there are consequences you will have to deal with. For those of you, this is about children, motherhood. I feel like for some of you are talking about family with your partner or with your spouse, or you find out that you're pregnant during this time and you're going to have a family. I do see you putting your finances together, so joint finances, joint accounts, moving in together also comes up here for some of you. And again, it's just going from one way of life to another, and it's important that you focus on where you're going and not where you're coming from, because it's done, it's dusted in the past. You need to focus on the future. You may be a little bit emotional, a little bit nostalgic during this time frame, so just be aware of that. You may be a little bit hypersensitive. It could be hormones if you're pregnant, so just remember that, or it's just that you're emotionally exhausted and you're hypersensitive at this time. So it's important that you keep a clear head, and as much as you can, try not to react before you understand exactly what's going on, or you have more information to react to. And prioritize your workload. I feel like some of you are definitely overworking yourselves, and it may catch up with you in terms of health, if not physical health, emotional health, and mental health. Absolutely. So just be aware of that, okay, and just keep that in mind. For some of you, I feel like you are traveling during this time. You may be traveling to attend the wedding, or you're traveling to just reconnect with family during this time frame. For those of you, I do see you having reached your financial goal and you are now able to move, is what is coming up here. Or this is where you decide that you want to move and you start working on your finances in that direction. I do feel like someone from the past, or an opportunity from the past. This could be with love life, but it could be with job or friendships or anything. I feel like an opportunity or a person from your past is coming back, and Mercury is going retrograde during this time, so you will see a lot of that. And I feel like this person is coming back so that you can finally have a clarifying conversation and get some closure, so that you can put that situation to rest for once and for all, okay? Because it is something that has had you split or torn for a while now, something that was affecting you for a while now, and I feel like you finally have the opportunity to get closure from that and put it behind you. And you could also be looking at opportunities from the past, a place you used to apprenticeship, a place you used to be an apprentice in may reach out to you, or a place where you did your student placement or anything like that may reach out to you, or a place where you just temped for a while may reach out to you with a job opportunity during this time. Okay, so let's look at your card for psychic messages. So we have Message in a Bottle, number 15. This is a really beautiful card. You can pause the video if you want to and just take it all in, see what the card is telling you, see what the colors are telling you, what the numbers are telling you, what the messages, the wording is telling you, and that way you're going to get a direct message, personal just to you, out of the general reading. And pause the video if you have to, once again. But Message in a Bottle, of course, you know it's going to be about messages, and I do feel like something you thought was dead and gone. So again, tying in with the tarot, sometimes the messages that we channel will tie in with the tarot, and sometimes they will add to the messages. And this time it's about, yes, something from the past is coming back, and I feel like it's something you were stuck on, something you were always looking back on, always in the back of your mind with this kind of energy. For those of you, I feel like the truth is revealed. I feel like you finally know where you stand with the situation, so that you can heal from it. For those of you, I do see you at a crossroads, and you can choose to move into the future but let go of the past, or you can choose to keep going in the direction you've been going in, where you kind of, it feels like you're trying to move forward, but actually you're always looking backwards, you're always looking to the past. And I feel like during this time frame you are going to have to make a choice. You are going to either work on completely releasing the past and focusing on your future, or just dealing with the past so that you can then release it and move into the future. But I feel like you can no longer be stuck in this in-between place. For some of you, I feel like you are avoiding your emotions, or you're trying to ignore your emotions or bury your feelings. And this could be you, or this could be someone you're dealing with. And I feel like they're going to bubble up to the surface. There may be someone lashing out, dealing with someone who's lashing out, you or someone else, or someone who has an emotional breakdown or an emotional outburst during this time frame. And again, it is because those feelings should have been addressed a long time ago, and they're just finally coming to the surface where they can no longer be avoided. They have to be dealt with. But it is towards healing and closure, so try not to bury them back, okay, is the message here. I do see new growth. Now that could be with business. I feel like for those of you who have started a business a while ago, I feel like it's starting to pick up. You're starting to see progress. You're starting to see some results that you're happy with, and that gives you confidence to keep going. For those of you, I see opportunities for promotion, advancement, just moving forward with career, whichever way that happens during this time. But again, you will have to make a choice. You're not going to have a lot of time to dwell on it, go back and forth on it. You are going to have to make a choice. I feel like it's just going to be like you have a day or two to make up your mind if you want to take this new opportunity, because it may take you away from what you're familiar with, or if you want to stay where you are, okay? And it is important that you clear your head. For some of you, I feel like you're staying in a place, job-wise or career-wise, you're staying in a place where you're staying there for another person, not for the job opportunities, okay? And so you're stagnating in career because of an emotional situation there, or an emotional attachment. And so it is important, because I do see some important opportunities for you with career, and it is essential that you try to keep a clear head on your shoulders and just make the right choice, do the right thing. You're going to have to choose what is more important to you, if it's your emotional attachments, or if it is moving forward with your business or with your career, and taking on some really good opportunities. So it's going to be up to you to decide what is more important to you at this time, but then you do have to fully commit to whatever you choose, if that makes sense. I do see some honest conversations happening, so truth being revealed, and I think I said that in the beginning already. But yeah, some honest conversations happening. I feel like for some of you, this is epiphany, this is aha moment, this is coming to terms with the personal truth. And for others of you, it is honest conversations with another individual that gives you closure during this time. For some of you, I feel like you may be invited or asked to go overseas for work, or to go far away, someplace far away for work. It will be temporary, so you know, it could be for a few weeks or a couple of months, that sort of thing. And this is a good opportunity knocking on your door. But again, I feel like you're not sure, because there is something emotional keeping you stuck where you are. So just be mindful of that and try to figure out what you want to do with that situation. For some of you, you may have some issues with your throat, with your voice during this time, because your throat chakra is blocked, and that again goes back to honesty is required. You need to speak up, you need to speak your mind, you need to speak your truth, you need to be honest with yourself and those around you to remove that blockage from your throat chakra so that you stop having issues with your voice. For some of you, I feel like you're waiting on medical results. This could be to do with the pregnancy, but it could also be to do with just some tests you had to run. I feel like it was an issue you addressed, and it could have been something hormonal, or it could have been something where something wasn't working in the body, something wasn't working properly in the body, affected your mobility, or affected your ability, your body's ability to process. It could have been anything like your stomach, your liver, anything like that, circulation. And I feel like you're waiting on the results from that, for some of you. And for others, this is your second round, so you're testing to see if you did everything that you were supposed to, and you took your treatment and everything like that, and you're testing to see if that issue is gone, if that issue is healed. If you know you did everything that you were supposed to, then I do feel like this is healed. If you tried to cut corners, I feel like you may still be dealing with this issue. I do see someone from your past, someone you think of as a shadow. That can mean, I feel like this could actually be someone who's passed on. And if you have been dealing with that, if that has been, what has been keeping you stuck in that place of sorrow and depression and mourning, my heart goes out to you. I feel that you may receive messages in your sleep, or signs, symbols, things moving around the house, hearing things, or you think you're seeing things, or anything like that. I feel like for a lot of you that are dealing with this kind of situation, it is that person trying to get in contact with you and tell you that it's okay to move on with your life. It doesn't mean that you're forgetting them. It doesn't mean that you're just letting go and they're just gone. They're always going to be with you. It's okay to take care of yourself and move on with your life. They know that they're always going to be with you. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, and I do hope that it helps if you are dealing with that kind of situation. For some of you, this is about childhood issues with mother or with father. I feel that you may be doing some soul searching, or you're going to a therapist, or you're doing hypnosis or regression or stuff like that, and it goes back to your health issues are connected to childhood issues, childhood traumas. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to start to look at that, because it's time to free yourself. It's time to heal those issues and make different choices for your life. So it can be a deeply, deeply healing time for a lot of you. And for those of you who feel like you're stuck and things are not moving forward, even though you're thinking about the future, I feel like it's because your mind is looking to the future, but your heart is stuck in the past, and you need to reconcile that during this time. Okay? So these are the messages coming through for you for this reading. I hope they make sense, and I hope they help. Let me know what you think, what the messages are talking about for you, if they apply to you, the tarot or the psychic messages, whichever. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.